wanna fuck me, get your ass in. Dolce ain't gon' burn out all that fashion. If a nigga try me up, you know we blast in. Yeah, walk in, start taxing.
Man, what's up with y'all, bro? It's your boy Dre. Like I always say, we back in it bit, man. And on tonight, bro, we got YNW MELLY will never get out of prison. The reason I always wait before I make videos like of rappers that are in jail, because like I don't want to seem like I'm trolling them. That might have sent me this in my Instagram DM. So I'm gonna react to it. Y'all be sure to like, comment, subscribe, bro. Y'all be sure to grab your snack, your blanket, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your sneaker link. Anything you like to do while you watch my video, man. We gonna jump right into it. Y'all be sure to let me know that in the comment what y'all want to see next. Y'all can send me anything y'all want to send me, but let's try not to send anything where we can get copyright. Try to all have fun, enjoy, and see what happens. Even though this really not no good situation for another individual, but we just still gonna see what's gonna happen, because I know a lot of people like when I make videos made up on this side. So this video is gonna be roughly 9 minutes, so y'all get comfortable, man. Y'all be sure to follow my social media, which be down on the screen. It'll also be in the link in the description, bro. With that being said, man, we gonna hop right into it, all right?
Less than 1 month, YNW MELLY went from collaborating with Kanye West to getting locked up for homicide. He might not get the death penalty, but it's clear he's never seen the light of day again.
Ain't coming home soon, man. Hey, look, man.
No matter what we decide on life or death, you will never, ever be released from prison.
I think he just put that in there. I don't
2019,
know.
MELLY was on top of the world. He'd been releasing hit after hit and even dropped a track with Kanye. But at the same time his career was taking off, MELLY was supposedly recovering from a tragedy. In December 2018, two of his close friends, Juvie and Sack Chaser, were killed in a drive-by in Miami. In the aftermath, MELLY and his mother fled from Florida and moved to Atlanta to get a fresh start. Even though MELLY was publicly playing the role of the mourning friend, giving sad statements in interviews, and donating his cars to one of the victims' mothers, his supposed despair was not reflected in his music. He had more projects planned than ever. He was linking up with Young Thug, Juice WRLD, and talking with Kanye again. At the time, people weren't crazy put off by this. After all, plenty of rappers throw themselves into their careers after losing their homies to honor them. But it would soon become obvious that grief wasn't what was behind MELLY's actions.
I'm a murderer. Yes, I'm a murderer. I murdered a vagina and I murdered a bee. I am not no human murderer.
On February 23rd, police arrested MELLY and Portland on a suspicion of 2 counts of the first degree. Now, this wasn't MELLY's first run-up with the cops. He'd been in and out of jail since 16. He's been nailed once for a shooting and 2 other times for drug possession. While this wasn't his first, this was different. His previous crimes seemed cute compared to what he was accused of this time. According to the police, MELLY hasn't been grieving the lost lives of his friends at all. Far from it. They alleged he shot them and then rearranged the bodies to look like a drive-by took them out. These charges completely recontextualized MELLY's actions. Suddenly, him fleeing Miami looked a lot less like he was taking needed space and a lot more like he was fleeing a crime scene. MELLY didn't instantly just admit everything though. He continued to maintain his innocence. His lawyer would claim he's sad, he's upset, obviously. Those were his best friends. And other rappers like Lil Pump came out in defense of MELLY too.
Hey, free my boy MELLY, man. He's innocent.
Nobody knew it yet, but it would turn out that all MELLY's attempts to look innocent would be in vain. The police weren't playing around, and over the next few weeks, they'd pull out all the stops to get MELLY locked up. Soon, investigators were whipping out major evidence against MELLY. Evidence from the autopsy suggested that bullet wounds had come from a bullet that entered from left to right. This contradicted MELLY and Portland's story that their friends were taken about by a car driving on the right. In fact, the bullet wounds, combined with blood splatter, suggested that the shot came from within the vehicle in the left rear seat, exactly where MELLY was sitting.
If there's a drive-by shooting, why would there be a casing that matches perfectly the casings that were on the outside of the vehicle?
Dang.
The autopsy was only the first piece of evidence pointing at foul play. The police had also examined relevant footage and phone records, both of which contradicted Melly's story. He claimed that after the drive-by, they drove straight to the hospital. Yet, data from his phone showed he and Bortland met up before the incident and rode around with the bodies before they took them to the hospital. If Melly was brothers with these men, why delay getting them help? The police confirmed their suspicions when they found shell casing in a random location that matched the bullets fired in the vehicle. It seemed that during the time between the shooting and driving to the hospital, Melly and Bortland shot the car 8 times on the right, so it looked like a drive-by. Between the shell casings not being at the crime scene and ballistics proving the killings came from the left, not the right, their alibis were in shambles. On top of that, police found some suspicious snaps of Melly talking to his girl. I keep Bortland with me because at the end of the day, he did one of the realest in my life. The message was sent 2 weeks after the shooting, and sounds like Melly is alluding to Bortland helping him with the crime. Even after all that, the police weren't done with Melly yet. They went ahead and slapped another charge on him, assassinating a police officer. Now, Melly had to be sweating a bit. Cops don't play with people who take out their own. Once you get tied up in that, you know they're gonna do everything they can to make sure you never walk the streets again. True to that, more and more evidence would start coming to seal Melly's fate. The police would submit a 66-page document presenting strong DNA connecting Melly to the crime. They even swabbed his mouth to check if his saliva matched the saliva found on a jacket at the crime scene. They interrogated his friends, confirming that their initial stories of where they were made no sense. They looked at his lyrics and documentary, so they could use them to show the jury his violent nature and love of guns. There was no part of Melly they wouldn't use against him. By this point, the police had previously conclusively demonstrated that Melly had the means to off his friends. When cops want someone locked up, they know they gotta establish a means and motive. Since the victims were Melly's close friends, they knew they needed a good explanation for why he did this, especially because of the nature of the crime. It takes a lot of effort to fake a crime scene. The police needed to find out why Melly went through all this trouble. For a while, they struggled to pin down the trigger for the shooting. Finding evidence of his involvement was easy, but to determine why? Now, that was hard. However, after in-depth investigations, they came up with a couple theories. One of the victims, YNW Sack Chaser, was about to get $200,000 from his record label. Nobody is 100% on why he was getting this money at the label dodged questions from the cops. Sack Chaser's mother told police that a few days before his demise, he called her in a frenzy. He was very concerned about my whereabouts. He was concerned about his sister's whereabouts. He's concerned like something is going to happen to us. And he told me that he would not get his money. Sack's mother told the lead detective that she was convinced this money had something to do with his death. It wouldn't be the first time a rapper had offed someone for money. Plus, think about Melly's personality. The drive and ambition that got to the top, that got him Kanye's attention, could easily be the same greed that pushed Melly to off a homie for cash. On the flip side of things, a clip resurfaced of Melly's mom dragging Sack Chaser for threatening her.
Oh, you threatened me with your little gun? I got big guns. Don't ever try to come for me.
This also could have been something that set Melly off. Between the money and the obvious tension between the group, it's not crazy to suggest Melly had reason to want them gone. For the time being, Melly is locked up and he's not having a good time. He posted on Instagram in December talking about his terrible prison life thus far. And at the end of the lengthy post, he says, "I am housed and surrounded in the care of power-struck deputies and captains of high authority that have even told me to my face that they don't like me, and I pissed them off. I am not safe in the hands of these people, especially if the highest in command of the jail doesn't like me. I am in fear of my life. My family is in fear of my life. I cannot do another day here. Someone, please help me get moved to another county jail until my trial, please." The guards aren't the only ones who are taking shots at Melly. He already had 2 inmates falsely accuse him of misbehavior. On March 22nd of 2022, an inmate lied and said Melly had a pipe bomb. And the next month, another lied about him planning a jailbreak. As a result of these allegations, the rapper has harsh harsh restrictions
Well,
on
that
his
nigga catching
visitation
hell in
and
that bitch.
access to the outside world, which make it a struggle for him to talk to his lawyer. Recently, the courts have been going back and forth on if Melly's gonna get the death penalty. At first, they said he wasn't eligible, but then the prosecutors got it appealed. So now it
He's back
seems
on the
like
table.
it's still in the air. Going from being an upcoming superstar in the rap world to getting lied on by his cellmates can't be fun for Melly. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't seem like things are gonna get better anytime soon. We may not know if he's getting the chair yet, but it's almost certain he's going away for life. The prosecution, having his DNA, proof that he faked the crime scene, has torn apart his alibi and potential motives. Melly may have made bangers during his career, but that won't save him from life behind bars. Promising rappers get themselves in legal problems all the time, but it's not every day someone gets in as deep of trouble as Melly. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and hit the like button to hear about more rappers getting locked up.
Yo, man, but that about wrap up that video, man. I know y'all wanted me to react to that. I can't really never say my input on something I don't know nothing about. I just always watch it because people send it to me. I don't know, bro. Because, you know, at one point they said they'll pin it to off the table, then they put it back on the table. So, like, when they took it off the table, then he had made a post on Instagram, like, saying y'all can uncross y'all nuts because I'll be at home soon. Then they put it back on the table. Then he dropped that post saying, like, he want to be moved to another county jail. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know if he did it or if he didn't do it. I don't want to say he did, then he did it. And I don't want to say he did it if he did. But y'all drop down in the comment what y'all think on it, man. Spam the comment. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to make next. Y'all drop down below if y'all think he innocent. Y'all like the video if y'all think he guilty. Either than that, bro, y'all be sure to have a good day, man. Y'all tell me what y'all want me to drop in the future, man. Y'all follow my social media, which will be down here on the screen. Being said, this your boy Dre, like I always say. We out this bit, man.
Can't wait till I get rich so y'all can tell me that I'm selfish, but I got it by myself. Can't nobody say they